What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you for tuning in to my YouTube video. Let's do a recap and let's do a focus list. So first off, I want to say, besides my Lumen position, I'm really not getting traction on new longs. It's very selective. I just saw a stat on Twitter and it was like the first time ever that the SPX has been up 0.2% and like overall market or like advanced decline is down 70. You look at MMFI, the breadth is deteriorating. You look at the RSP, we just lost a 50 SMA. You look at the IWM, and it's getting, it's not really breaking out, not doing too much, chopping around. The QQQ is making all the gains, right? So that means it's a selective mega caps pushing the market up right now. And I feel it in my buys. It's selective, right? I've got this Lumen, which is working great, but for every Lumen, I have a DVLT, which had a good day, and then in 3 days, it gave it all back. NUAI, nice big day, and then some nothing for the last three. ARM, I had a nice buy, nice follow through, and then fails. Comes back down, stops me up for break even, right? So that's not a market I want to be pushing size in or trying to force my way, right? I don't want to try to force my will on the market. I want the market to kind of come to me. I don't want to come to the market, right? And so if I can't get traction with $1, why would I scale it to 10, 10,000, 100,000? It doesn't make sense. So that's kind of where my head is at. Path, nice 2 days, and then a nice big fade day, right? I'm not getting good feedback consistently. It's very inconsistent. It's inconsistent. So, that being said, I don't want to get too aggressive in my trading. I want to keep my size somewhat small. I'm only about 50 to 60% invested, so I'm not pushing the margin or anything. I'm kind of trying to feel my way out and just trying to get a feel for what's happening, where we're going. Data says higher. I understand that. But the data can say whatever it wants. The indexes can do whatever they want. If my buys aren't working, my buys aren't working. And I don't want to scale up if my buys aren't working. That's just that. And we haven't had a correction. So, again, there's that. Positions, that being said, positions. I have my Lumen still. I don't know what I want to do with this. It's very extended. Don't know what I want to do with it. I'm going to decide that tomorrow because it has earnings tomorrow after hours. So I'll deal with that tomorrow. In UAI, I'm just trailing this. DVLT, I'm trailing the 10. I did sell half today. AMD, trailing this. Path, trailing the 10 on this. Not doing much either. INTC, trailing this. Seeing what happens here. Little inside day. BLDP, I bought today and didn't close that great, but it was a nice little breakout. We'll see if it fails or if it can go higher, right? And I didn't risk much on it, I don't think. I risked 18 cents. Hey Siri, what's 0.18 times 700? I'm risking about 110 bucks ish. Focus list for tomorrow. MVST, I think this looks pretty good. Inside day right at this 20 EMA. Volume has died out. It made a 54% move up in 4 days. I tried to grab some here, but failed, came back, and now it's just set up on this 20. And I would be willing to try some again. Small. And okay, I think this looks great. In fact, I'm going to put that at the top of my list. Nice flag pattern right here. Higher lows, lower highs. I think this just looks fantastic. Inside candle today, right on that 20 moving average. And I just think this looks great. I think this looks like a really nice flag. The move up was, 150%. even more off the lows, probably like 200%, 250. That's definitely probably my top watch for tomorrow. And not the most liquid thing at only trading $22 million, but I think it's a fantastic chart nonetheless. NVTS, I think this is another fantastic chart. Again, higher lows, lower highs, right? Very clean. Inside candle right on this 10. The 20 is catching up over today's high, and I think I would give it another shot. I tried it Friday, and then went up and then faded. I'll try it again tomorrow if it does take out that high. NVST, we already talked about this. INOD, this one's kind of a toss up for me. It's kind of gotten a little choppy, not the cleanest chart. The 10 is over the 20, barely. It's got higher lows, it's got lower highs. It looks pretty decent, I guess. But yeah, I'd give it one shot, and if it doesn't work, then hit the dip ski on it. QS, not sure how to feel about this either. It had a nice linear move back here, but it lost the 20. Then it reclaimed. It's put in a tight inside day. Lower highs, higher lows. Again, I just don't see how, there's this 3-day move, which is kind of clean. But other than that, very kind of choppy action. So because it's been forming higher lows, I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt. And I would try some over the inside day high. If it loses the 20, I'm just going to cut it from my watch list. But other than that, it does look okay. It looks decent. So I'd be willing to give it a shot. OUST, so I really like, so these top 5 names, I think are all valid options to try. Then we get down to OUST. Now, this thing, is it the tightest thing in the world? No, not really, not at all. But it made a 3-day move, right? 33%, and then it pulls back inside day right on this 10. It's actually kind of giving me METC vibes when this thing just made higher lows and then lower highs, the highest way down, all the way up to the top of the base. But look how linear it was in this move up, pull back, move up, pull back, move up, pull back, tight, and then breakout. That's kind of the vibes I'm getting here, right? Big move up, pull back, linear move up, linear pull back, linear move up, kind of a choppy pullback, but then a nice move up, linear pullback, linear move up, linear pullback, big move up, pullback, linear move up, pullback. So I'm thinking if it can get above $35.50 and then maybe if it clears $42, it can really get going. It probably needs more sideways. It probably hasn't consolidated enough, but I do think it could be very well in my system to try to buy it tomorrow. And you're kind of buying it off this previous level and then hoping that it can clear 42. It looks okay. Is it the best chart in the world? No. But I don't think it's bad. You look at the weekly chart, the weekly looks great. I mean, this weekly actually looks fantastic. Higher lows, lower highs, and then you just fake breakout. But, if you get back above this 42 level, this thing is, got clear skies for sure. So the weekly chart looks amazing. And that's my consensus on that. But I do like the way it is acting in the space. So Tesla, this has also turned kind of choppy. I don't know how I feel about this either. Do I love this? Not really. It's kind of got choppy in the space. It had this nice 3-day move, and then that was about it. But you have inside candle right against this 470 level, which is not that far from the 490 level, which is the all-time high. Only 6% away, so that's one candle away. And you break that all-time high, that's a legit breakout, man. And you can go a lot higher. So I do think I would be willing to give this a try if it wanted to try to break out of this big fat red day. I think it could be worth a shot to long over that. And that's about all I have. So I think all of these charts are possibly actionable and maybe worth trying. My favorites are NAK, NVTS, NVST. Those 3 for sure I love. INOD, QS, I think are decent too. OUST and Tesla aren't bad candidates either. Can I personally try anything on any real size, like pushing 30% plus? No, I really can't. Or even 25%, I can't. Um, at this point, I need the market to pull me in, or I need a correction to get some conviction and stuff, just because it's very selective out there, and I don't want to keep chopping up my lumen gains um, with new trades, right? I want to keep my gains, and I can't do that if I continuously get chopped up on some of these stocks. Now, when I'm trying to look when I look at these charts as like I'm just going to separate my ideas from like just the actual chart itself. Tesla kind of lacks linearity. OUST is linear. Tesla not so much. QS not so much. And then INOD is a toss up. The rest are good. So my Tesla, QS, and INOD are questionable. The rest are linear and fit that criteria. That's about all I got. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks, and have a good night.